Hey guys, how is it going? Welcome back to another video. All right, guys. So this is going to be a very entertaining video because the devs have given us an opportunity to do a lot of damage with this artifact called as Amulet of Anubis. Now, previously it was only used with, I think, the LOA team and Battlemen in the round, but now we can actually use it with, with the percentage damage dealers as well. And I'll show you how much crazy damage we're getting at the moment with this artifact. We have, obviously, you might have seen a few fights on YouTube before. I've tried it with Black Adam. I've tried it with Zatanna. I have tried it with DCU Superman, and a couple of teams, I think, which I have not recorded, but I've recorded these three that I just mentioned. Look at the freaking damage, guys. 1.4 billion damage that was. This is insane, guys. This damage is literally crazy damage. Obviously, this was not intentional. They will probably fix it at some point, but as long as we're having it right now in the game, I think we should take full advantage of this. And if you have an Amulet of Anubis, and if you are looking to do the damage with these characters, you can definitely give it a try. Now, this is another artifact that I wanted to try. Now, what they've done with dark metal cards, what they've done is that they have allowed dark metal cards to move with the character. You see that the patch, the hazard is moving where Raiden goes, right? And whoever is wearing that artifact, it will move towards that particular character. Look at that. Now, we already, I mean, it's not a very big thing, but it's quite useful actually, and it can really help if you're only using one character throughout the whole fight and you want that DMC to be there. With that, it won't go away. It will just follow that particular character who it is equipped on. Okay, now this team gives us crazy damage anyways. There we go. And some of the icons, some of the buffs and debuffs, the icons have been changed a little bit. I mean, it was said in the patch note, it's much more clear that what they're actually doing now, as you can see. That is reduced defense. Cloning animation is there, and she is dead. Nice. Alright, so I have used it with Superman. It didn't work really well. I actually started getting that increased damage at the very end of the match. I'll show you. You can understand it when you look at the pip over here. So Amulet of Anubis, as you can see, the damage is getting accumulated over there, and then you got to tag out and then tag in again to do the damage.
Pick me up.
All right, as you can see, the damage from Amulet is getting accumulated. Now it's 1.4 million. I had to get a lot of damage before we could get, and I've also equipped actually a gemstone on Killer Frost. So it seems like we got to tag out, then burst that damage. Look at that, 7 million. Okay, it's not very high right now, but as we proceed further, the damage becomes very high. At the end, mostly not at this time. Obviously, Gemstone has helped in the fight, but I would recommend you guys not use Amulet of Anubis with Superman. I think it's better to use it with different characters like Black Adam or Zatanna or even King of Atlantis Aquaman, but don't use it with Superman. It will give you percentage damage, but it's too much work. I mean, that high percentage damage that we're getting, I'm talking about that, not the basic one.
I am not yet capable of using emotion.
And at this point, it looks like we are not getting a one-shot, right? But yeah, I think you will enjoy the next few minutes of the fight, next few seconds of the fight. Yeah, you see the damage increased now over there. And again, increased a little bit. So yeah, it took some time to accumulate that damage, and then burst it onto the opponent. Well, the super move makes no sense, to be honest. There we go. That is 136 million. Other than the percentage damage that we normally get from Superman. There we go. Now we started getting that damage. It's not very high because I'm not exactly saving. I'm not exactly doing or saving a lot of damage or accumulating a lot of damage. You see, there is no stacks of gemstone applied at the moment. We're still getting percentage damage, which is through Amulet of Anubis. We have done the super move at the very end of the fight. There we go. And we started getting that crazy damage right at the end. So yeah, you can still use it. I mean, my Superman is at lower star level, maybe that's why. But yeah, if you're having like a 7-star Superman, then, you should definitely give this Amulet of Anubis a try. Now, this was quite interesting. This fight was actually the most interesting fight. Now, this is a little overkill, you could say. Yes, because there is Raven, there is Gemstone, and then there is Zatanna as well. So yeah, a little bit overkill, but look at the damage that they're getting over here. Special 2 is disabled. We don't need that. We just need the opponent to burn, which we can do from special 3. So we'll accumulate the damage. It's not accumulating a lot right now, but it will start accumulating as the match progresses. But that's not a lot because we don't have. Now look at the damage. There's 78, 79 million. That's already crazy, man. Alright, look at the damage when we have a few more stacks of gemstone and darkness stacks.
Eu quero falar com vocês sobre Lucas 19:38, que diz o seguinte: exclamavam, bendito.
And darkness stacks. Wow, that is crazy, right? Not as crazy as we got from Black Adam, but this is still crazy, guys. This is still crazy damage. And my Zatanna is at 5 stars right now, so yeah, you know, you should definitely give it a try. I will actually try this artifact without equipping gears on these percentage damage dealers. Let's see if that makes any difference, because if it does, then people who are having these legendary characters but don't have the gears can actually also use this method and get a lot of damage if they have Amulet of Anubis. Okay, that was a miss. Never mind. Blue Beetle is dead anyways. There we go. Nice and easy. So we are also going to try it with Batwoman the round. So I'm just going to make a couple of pips. I'm just going to like play a couple of pips quickly, and then we'll try, because actually, you know, the thing is that I couldn't try it over here. You know, I just wanted to, you know, clean up the sub bosses as well. So I just use this team real quick. It's not going to take long. Alright, so that was easy, as always. Now we're going to destroy boss Sub-Zero. I've actually, you know, edited this fight a little bit so that we come right to the time when we are actually destroying Sub-Zero.
Can you take the cold?
Yeah, so the damage will begin now. So it is actually kind of glitching in and out. You guys know, right? I'm not at home, so it's kind of hard sometimes to stream and record. Okay, all right, there we go. And then the last pip, I have played it with the metal team. Not the entire metal team, but I've played it with Batwoman the round. And I've again used Amulet of Anubis just to make sure that it's still working on Batwoman the round like it used to. I mean, obviously it will work, yes. But still, I just gave it a try. There we go. It's a pretty basic setup. Nothing, no Robin King. And no Batman Who Laughs. Not only Batwoman the round with Amulet of Anubis. And a couple of support characters, Green Lantern and Wonder Woman. And we are accumulating the damage over there, as you can see on the left side of your screens. Okay, look at that damage. 30, 40, 50. Okay, it's increasing. Now we got to do a special 3. That is 156, 160, 170. And there we go. But yeah, we do get crazy damage with the metal team as well, like we normally did. A couple of hits and she should be dead. It's 185, 190. There we go. Even a special 1 would work at this point. And it does. There we go. She's dead. Alright guys, so do let me know if you enjoyed these pips. And if you did, do not forget